Coming up on Channel 8 News, an update on Manhattan's recent gas leak and its effects. Plus, see how researchers at the university are responding to government data being retracted. And later, we'll hear from local organizations who want to boycott shopping tomorrow.
Thanks, Addie. Right now, we're enjoying spring-like temperatures between 50 to 60 degrees. These look to continue as rise as the day goes on, with winds coming in from the northwest at 7 to 10 miles per hour, making for a pleasant start to the day. I'll have more coming up right here on Channel 8 News.
This is KKSU-LD, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning and welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Addie Field. Coming up today, we'll hear students explain why a more walkable campus matters to them. Plus, DEI initiatives are changing quickly in higher education. What could that mean for student organizations? And later, sports will take over with a look into the postseason tournament possibilities for the Big 12. Traffic was snarled as roads were closed when a natural gas line was struck, causing evacuations on Monday. This also caused parts of Fort Riley Boulevard to be shut down. Manhattan Fire Department officials said it was caused by a contractor striking the line with a backhoe. There were no reported injuries and repairs were successful by the end of Tuesday. Following a large number of executive orders, access to federal data is affecting researchers at K-State. Channel 8 reporter Hannah Whetstone has more on the story.
Dr. Samuel Mwangi is a tenured professor and researcher at Kansas State. He is currently working to write curriculum for journalists covering climate change and the climate crisis. Amid over 70 executive orders in the first month of the Trump administration, several orders have affected researchers like Dr. Mwangi.
Until January, when I noticed that the data sets I was linking to had disappeared, and I could no longer visualize my data to make a case of why we need to focus on climate change.
Another K-State researcher, Dr. Nancy Muturi, says the missing data has created challenges for researchers like her.
I think the policies are changing, so they have limited access now, but some of the information that we would rely on was not accessible for a while. Yes.
Dr. Muturi also believes this issue reaches beyond media and communications research at Kansas State.
I think almost every department that has some kind of research, working with students, master's, PhD, they're all working on at least accessing and using those available data. Yes, so it does affect basically almost everybody, yes.
Dr. Mwangi believes limited access to data in the future threatens research institutions like Kansas State.
It's also going to affect the work of institutions. It's going to make us very hard to function and produce credible research because you need the data to support the story you're trying to tell.
While uncertainties persist, researchers remain hopeful as data sets are slowly re-released to the public. In Manhattan, Hannah Whetstone, Channel 8 News.
For more information about accessing federal data, visit data.gov. Another executive order regarding DEI is being questioned in federal court. DEI efforts at K-State support the Multicultural Student Center, multicultural student organizations, and more.
I learned so much from them and like my community alone. In our BSU meetings, Black Student Union is what that means. Coming here and getting to like really tap into my culture, learn more about people, have more friends that look like me.
K-State is making strides towards a more friendly pedestrian campus with improvements increasing walkability for students. The university hopes to create a more accessible environment. Channel 8 reporter Camden Tattenhorst has more on the story.
K-State student Alex Schmidt, a sophomore who lives off campus and walks every day, is in favor of these plans.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the university's decision to be proactive about creating a more safer environment for students to walk. I think it'll be big for the safety of all the students, and I think it's really good to see.
Casey Sauer, K-State Director of Facilities, highlighted 3 different areas that will be removed to create common spaces.
One of those is on Mid-Campus Drive from Leadership Studies to Claflin. There's another that's in front of Anderson Hall. So technically speaking, that's still Mid-Campus Drive, but further to the south. in creating more of a social plaza there and connecting Anderson to the lawn.
Sauer envisions turning MLK Drive into a pedestrian way could help the feel of the campus.
And that's the essence of closing that stretch there on MLK, is it creates a whole new atmosphere for not just the front door to campus, but I would almost say recruitment and legacy plaza. The way that that sets itself up, I mean, that's essentially, you think about like college game day, that's it. That's the spot.
While the premise of the plans wasn't just about making students feel safer walking, Schmidt feels like this will improve his safety around campus.
Obviously, as somebody who walks to Eisenhower Hall for class every single day, it's big just because I have to cross a lot of streets, and this would be really helpful.
The K-State Master Plan is a 10-year process, so don't expect these new pedestrian ways to come anytime soon. From Manhattan, Camden Tattenhorst, Channel 8 News.
K-State administrators will deliver their plan to the Kansas Board of Regents this fall in an effort to finalize the campus master plan. Tomorrow, consumers across the United States are planning a one-day economic blackout. Locally, an organization called Indivisible MHK is working to increase awareness of tomorrow's blackout. They are looking to draw attention to decisions made at the federal level by participating locally in this national movement.
Protest on Friday is a national boycott, don't buy anything day. I'm not a consumer, so I pretty much do that already.
So the goal of the national economic blackout is to kind of hit the oligarchy where it hurts by not spending money at corporations or big chains and turning our attention to spending locally and supporting small business. It's to remind these billionaires and the CEOs that we, the people, have the power.
Coming up, we'll take a closer look at K-State's agricultural curriculum and hear from an agronomy student about how they're preparing for life after graduation. Plus, K-State Parking Services is teaming up with SGA to help students turn parking tickets into donations. We'll tell you how you can get a citation forgiven while supporting Cats Cupboard.
This is a special place, Manhappiness.
This is a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal athletic program with a proud tradition.
They talk about family and you can feel how genuine it is.
The community here is so strong. It's truly like the best in the world.
No matter where you come from, the color of your skin, or your religious background, together we make a family.
And when you love people, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
To the 5, to the goal line, touchdown! Touchdown! Kansas inside for the 10! Sheldon is roofed by Carter. Gregory steps back 3, takes the shot from distance and scores! It is stank! It is gone! It's a
great weekend we had, homecoming, great crowd. The crowd was phenomenal.
It's a great day to be a Wildcat!
K-State Parking Services is partnering with SGA to launch a new program called Donations for Citations. Students, faculty, and staff who receive a ticket can get it forgiven when they donate to Cats Cupboard.
With limited parking on campus, students take any available parking spot they can get, even with the risk of getting a ticket. K-State student Jack Seal failed to move his car in time and received a citation.
So I parked outside in front of my dorm on a time I wasn't supposed to, and they got me a ticket at 7:45 in the morning.
Many students struggle with finances in college and use programs like Cat's Cupboard to help compensate for expenses. With so many students going to Cat's Cupboard recently, resources have been low. That's why SGA reached out to Parking Services Director Adrian Tucker to see if they could do more to help students out while also supporting other programs.
I think the main goal with the program is to help alleviate some of the financial burden of parking citations for our students in a way that is also impactful and helps students. We're not taking away the accountability of the parking citation, but we're easing that financial burden of it.
As of February 24th, students and staff have donated 638 items to Cat's Cupboard through this new program that doesn't reduce responsibility but makes amends. Many students like Seal would rather spend their time getting items and dropping them off rather than paying a fine.
I really like the idea of the program, and I think it's really good for students because sometimes the parking ticket can be a lot of money. So being able to donate to Cat's Cupboard and really help everyone at K-State and also help myself a little bit was really worth it to me.
To qualify for citation forgiveness, you must donate 10 or more non-perishable food items or hygiene products. The program only accepts specific types of citations, and students are limited to one forgiveness per academic year.
If you want Parking Services to forgive your citation through the Donations for Citations program, bring a qualifying citation along with 10 approved donation items to Parking Services office. K-State is known for their nationally ranked agricultural school. Libby Zook joins us with an agricultural student who tells us more.
Thanks, Addie. Today we have more insight regarding the agricultural curriculum at Kansas State. An agronomy student, Annie Moss, joins us. Annie, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So first, how do you think that innovations at the agricultural technology impact the future of farming?
And if you look at it, over the past 100 years, farming has changed so much, from the Dust Bowl in the early 1900s to changing to having fully automated systems with AI now. And it's really changing really rapidly, and K-State is one of the colleges at the forefront of that.
Have you had any experience hands-on in the field as an agronomy student?
Yeah, so I'm a part of the soil judging team, so we get to go out on field trips to look at soils around the area and also around the country and kind of classify them. It's really involved with the work that the NRCS does as far as classifying soils based on how they would be used for building local roads and houses and septic systems.
So how is being an agronomy student different than any other major at K-State?
I think it would probably boil down to really looking at the soil of it all. I mean, all of agriculture has its roots in soil in a way. I mean, the livestock needs to eat from somewhere, and so soil is really kind of at that basis. And I think also really talking about how we can combat climate change with agriculture and agronomy is another thing that sets it apart for sure.
So due to the recent budget cuts, how do you think this changes your plan for your future career?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of scrambling going on for everybody, and definitely for me as well. I had been planning on joining the Peace Corps and then going on to get a government job. But honestly, right now, that's kind of up in the air. And while I'm not ruling it out, I'm definitely looking more into my Plan B option, which would probably be going to grad school and doing some research more locally and things like that.
With that research, what are you thinking about with that topic? Do you have anything?
I would love to research like how putting urban farms would impact local communities that belong to food deserts, and how we can get fresher and higher quality produce to in underprivileged communities.
Well, that is all the time we have today. Thank you so much for Annie for joining us. Back to you, Addie.
Coming up, we'll have a look at the weather for this week and how a new Windows update is causing major headaches for users, including students on campus. That's next.
As college athletics continues to change, one thing has stayed the same:
the loyalty and support of our K-State family.
But now, there's a new way you can show your support.
You can now help student athletes like me get compensated for our name, image, and likeness.
Whether it is contributing to our official NIL collectives
or requesting autographs and more through the Open Doors Marketplace,
you are helping K-State student athletes succeed by connecting with you.
So what are you waiting for?
Come transform the K-State student athlete brand today.
Together, we represent a diverse and eclectic population.
Together, we believe that diversity, inclusion, and sportsmanship are expectations.
Together, we promote a welcoming and positive environment for all student athletes, coaches, and visitors.
Together, we treat all people with respect and dignity.
No matter their color, creed, gender, ethnicity, or sexual identity.
Together, we are an empowered family who empowers family.
Family, diverse and together.
Stronger together.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
You ready?
If you can keep up.
Want me to do this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a job interview today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Microsoft's latest Windows updates has left users frustrated. Students report their Windows Explorer was corrupted, making all the applications on the computer unresponsive. This leaves the machine unusable, with the taskbar disappearing and files inaccessible, leaving the only solution being to reinstall Windows 11 altogether.
It wouldn't let me put anything into text bars. It wouldn't let me open any applications.
Installing Windows 11 is really easy. All you have to do is first I would create a file point, a save file point with an easy flash drive. And then second is all you gotta do is just go to the website, Windows 11 reinstall. And from there on, they'll have a step-by-step guide on how you can reinstall Windows.
Will warm temperatures and sunny skies stick around, or are more storms on the horizon? Brian Nicholson joins us from our Weather Center with more. Brian?
Thank you, Addie. These warm temperatures have been all over the country, and I know I've been enjoying them right here in Kansas. On the East Coast, though, it is raining up in Washington, D.C., and it'll be high of 70s, and then down in Atlanta, it'll be high of 70s as well. Then we go over to the West Coast side. Over on the Oregon Hills, it'll be high of 54, it's cloudy, and then down in the Bay Area, it'll be 75. And then down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it would also be 75 degrees, and that's where K-State baseball is playing this weekend in Frisco, Texas. And then where the Kansas City Royals are for Royal Spring Training, it is 83 degrees in sunny, shiny Arizona, and that'll be a great day to get some tan on in Arizona. Then right here in Kansas, it's 60 degrees and sunny. Then now we look at the Kansas map. Over in my hometown, Johnson County is 60 degrees as well. Right here in Riley County is also 60 degrees. Then we go over to the Concordia and Scott City side on the western side of Kansas. It is high 64 and 63 degrees. Then we go down to Wichita, Kansas. It is as well 63 degrees. Then for our 24-hour weather, sunrise is getting earlier and that sunset is getting later as we go into that springtime. And it is a high 62 degrees today and beautiful sunny skies with a very small chance of rain at 5% and with gusts of wind 10 miles per hour. And for that early morning walk, it might be a little chilly, so you might want a jacket. That sunset walk will be high 50 degrees. Then for our 5-day forecast, it'll be high 60 degrees today, and then it'll be sunny skies going into the weekend with a high 68, low 34 on Friday. That sunshine stays, but a little bit chillier at 53 degrees and 30 for the low. And then clouds start rolling in on Sunday into Monday with a high of 54, and that wind will pick up at 61 degrees on Monday. Then that rain might come in, so you might want a jacket or an umbrella for next week, starting from Tuesday into Friday. That is all the weather I have for you. Addie, back to you.
Big move in K-State sports, from the basketball tournament push to new additions on the football field. Plus, intramural basketball is in full swing, meeting the team turning heads this season. And K-State's esports continues to grow, see how the program is bringing gamers together. That's all next.
As college athletics continues to change, one thing has stayed the same.
The loyalty and support of our K-State family.
But now, there's a new way you can show your support.
You can now help student athletes like me get compensated for our name, image, and likeness.
Whether it is contributing to our official NIL collectives
or requesting autographs and more through the Open Doors Marketplace,
you are helping K-State student athletes succeed by connecting with you.
So what are you waiting for?
Come transform the K-State student athlete brand today.
Jones unloads a bases clearing triple 2-2, Colts strike three in the outside corner. Another strikeout for Buss on a high fastball. K-State has done it again!
Got him swinging!
K-State wins the series.
So within industrial engineering, you can actually start your master's degree a year early and start taking those classes your senior year. And then after you go through those upper level courses, you only really have a year left and you would come out with your bachelor's and master's degree, which is something I have been considering just because, you know, it's one extra year and I do love K-State. So it's like, you know, win-win. But that's a perk with being an industrial engineer. You're able to get your master's degree in just one extra year.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
There's been a lot of movement lately in the rankings for the Big 12. To give us a look at what possibilities the Cats have in making it into the tournament, Lauren Betts has more from our Sports Center.
Thanks, Addie. With K-State's men's basketball team recent cold streak, the bubble may be about to burst for their NCAA tournament hopes. BYU leads the charge of Big 12 teams on the right side of the bubble. The Cougars are peaking with big wins over Kansas and Arizona. Their strong resume makes them a near lock for March Madness. Baylor looked like a lock before a 3-game skid, now looking to bounce back against Oklahoma State. West Virginia and Cincinnati have earned big wins recently to stay in the tournament mix, while back-to-back losses hurt TCU's chances. With its recent losing skid, K-State is on the outside looking in. Arizona State, UCF, and Utah also need a deep conference tournament run to have a shot at March Madness. As Kansas State football puts last year in the rearview mirror, it enters 2025 with high expectations and a few new faces. Currently tied with Arizona State as the betting favorite to win the Big 12, K-State is eyeing its second conference championship in 4 years. In 2024, the Wildcats won 9 games, including the Rate Bowl in Phoenix. To build on its young core, K-State added double-digit transfers. A couple of the new Wildcats' new faces spoke on their decision to come to Manhattan.
I was just taking everything, you know, day by day. Never took it with a grain of salt. I was just, you know, really focused on what would be the best fit for me, the program that would be the best for me. So I really love K-State, and that's why I came.
My last year, and I wanted to be somewhere that I was confident, you know, I'd be in a good position to have my best year, hopefully. So.
With the college basketball season starting to wrap up, intramural basketball is just getting started, and there's one team to look out for. Bricks Build Houses has been capturing the spotlight this season after having a disastrous season last year. They look to be different this year, dominating teams on both ends of the court. Team captain Gavin Smith and teammate Zach Watson shared their goals for the season.
I'd say that, you know, our goal is to win it all, but of course, you know, I've been doing a lot of scouting. I've seen a lot of other teams, and I think we have a good shot at winning it all this year, honestly.
I'm excited to, you know, win the championship. We coming to take the chip. That's what's happening. Last season we weren't too good, bottom of the leaderboard. This season we up at top. We coming for the chip.
K-State Esports isn't just about competition anymore, it's about the community. The program is opening its doors to both hardcore and casual gamers alike, helping them practice their skills and maybe even joining the ranks of their top competitive players. Adolfo Mbalgo has more on the story.
From virtual battlegrounds to national recognition, K-State's esports team is proving that gaming isn't just a pastime, it's a powerhouse. These Wildcats are making waves in both the competitive and the casual scene.
What kind of started as a very competitive club and competing in tournaments has now started to shift more into trying to get like the broader, more casual environment to just to build that kind of community. We try to do something at least monthly to like kind of bi-weekly. We also participate in weekly leagues in the fall and spring semester. And right now we have some teams like a Rainbow Six Siege team is competing at like the highest level, and they're beating a bunch of the top teams in the country.
But it's more than just the players. The K-State esports community has been growing fast, with students and fans following behind the team, bringing school spirit into the digital arena.
I dedicate a lot of time to learning, practicing, and working, same amount of time as like a football player would into their game.
The esports program here is really made for everyone. We have a lot of entry-level teams, video games, card games, even just, watching stuff.
At K-State's esports, success isn't measured only by rankings. It's measured by the community they've built along the way. And with this kind of energy, this just might be the beginning of esports' rise to popularity. In Manhattan, Adolfo Blanco, Channel 8 News.
The K-State esports team will be participating at Heartland for their annual gaming tournament on March 28th and 29th this year. Watch their gameplay and follow future events on Twitch TV at K-State Esports or visit the K-State Esports Arena at the Student Union basement floor. That's all for sports. Back to you, Addie.
Before we go, one last check on the weather. Are these warmer temperatures here to stay? Your final forecast next.
In a time of evolution, it is our time to elevate and carve our place atop in a new era. An era where championship expectations collide with championship support. We all must come together, fighting, ever fighting for the purple and the white. Times may change, but generation after generation, the support of K-Staters never wavers. K-State fans, are you ready to be a part of powering K-State athletic excellence in a new era?
This is a special place, man happiness.
This is a phenomenal institution, a phenomenal athletic program with a proud tradition.
They talk about family, and you can feel how genuine it is.
The community here is so strong. It's truly like the best thing in the world.
No matter where you come from, the color of your skin, or your religious background, together we make a family.
And when you love people, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
So the first third of the runway.
Deviation left of course approved. Bobcat 1-2, proceed when able.
Championship on the line. Good! It's good!
Brian joins us again. Brian, what are we looking at for the weekend weather?
We're looking at a very sunny skies on Friday and as well on Sunday with a high of 68 on Friday, then a mid-50s on Saturday and Sunday with those clouds rolling in. It's a great day to be outside, get some vitamin D, go for a walk, maybe play some sports.
That sounds nice. I think I might take a walk this weekend if it's all good. What would you do?
I would go play some golf and shoot some basketball hoops.
Sounds good. Well, great to hear about the weather. That's all we have time for today's show. We'll see you back here for next week with more news and the latest updates from the Manhattan area. From everyone at Channel 8 News, have a great day.
Championship expectations collide with championship support.
This is Channel 8 News.